Hello everyone, welcome to this video, dear teachers, friends and students. In this video we will learn about a second unit of 10th class English first language. What is the name of that topic? The Elixir of Life, which is written by a great scientist Sir C.V. Raman. So elixir means it's a liquid. Which liquid is more important for life? Which liquid is more important for life, which is more important for life, that is described by Sir C.V. Raman in this chapter. So dear teachers, friends and students, if you are watching our channel for the first time, I request you to subscribe my channel just pressing red colored button, subscribe button, which is on your screen. If you press that button, definitely you will join us in the world of learning. Our videos are very helpful and valuable to you in the process of learning. So subscribe it. If you find our videos are good, give your like and share our videos to your students and friends so that they can get benefited by our videos by watching at their home. So as we know that this present chapter is written by Sir C.V. Raman. So before we start this present chapter, let's study about Sir C.V. Raman. Dear children, please open your book, page number 29. Are you ready, dear children? Note to the author. Sir C.V. Raman, 1888 to 1970, had a keen interest in science even from his boyhood days. Sir C.V. Raman, as you know, was born in 1888. He died in 1970. He had a keen interest in science. So his favorite subject was science. He was very much interested in science from his childhood days. So he was influenced by a great scientists, and whenever he found good books on science, he used to read them in his boyhood. Boyhood means in his childhood days. For his famous discovery, the Raman effect, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1930. So he gave a great contribution to the world of science, that is the Raman effect. For that discovery, the Raman effect, he got a Nobel Prize in 1930 in the field of physics. So he got a Nobel Prize in 1930 for his great discovery, the Raman effect. King George knighted him for his contributions to physics. So King George gave him knighthood honor. King George gave him knighthood honor. Knighthood honor means, as we have Padma Bhushana, Padma Vibhushana in India, in the same way that knighthood is given by England king in in 18th and 19th centuries. In the same way, King George gave Sir C.V. Raman knighthood honor for his contributions to physics. The government of India awarded him the Bharata Ratna. Government of India honored him by giving Bharata Ratna award, which is the highest civilian award in India. And Soviet Union honored him the International Lenin Prize in 1957. So Soviet Union, nowadays it is called Russia, and it honored him. It awarded him, whom? Sir C.V. Raman, as International Lenin Prize in 1957. So this short information is given about Sir C.V. Raman. Then what is there in this present chapter? What Sir C.V. Raman gave more importance, or on which topics Sir C.V. Raman wants to bring bright light? It means that which are the things Sir C.V. Raman wants to tell you. Sir C.V. Raman tells us that elixir of life is nothing but water. So water which we use day to day life, which animals use, which plants use, which we human beings use, which is considered as elixir. Elixir is a divine liquid. Elixir is divine liquid, Amruta, what we can call in Puranas Amruta. So, which is the Amruta for life? Water. So how that water made our earth elixir, and here Sir C.V. Raman discusses both good aspects and bad aspects of elixir. How it can create, how water can be used for the betterment of life, for the betterment of all plants, animals and human beings, and how water destroyed each and everything. That Sir C.V. Raman gives information about both sides. It's good side and its darker side even. So that's what we discuss in this present chapter. Are you ready, dear children? So we should not delay. Let's begin the chapter. Please open your textbook, page number 17. So one pre-reading sentence is given there. On the base of that pre-reading, we find the whole chapter is based on that particular sentence. What is that? It is said that the Third World War breaks out, it will be for the water. So we have seen First World War in 1914 to 1918, Second World War 1939 to 1945. So if Third World War takes place, for what reason? So it can take place for the sake of water. So it is just assumption. Okay, do you agree? It means that such importance water has got. Okay, so the whole chapter focuses on uses of water, both advantages and disadvantages of water. Are you ready? Let's begin. Man has through the ages sought in vain for the imaginary elixir of life. So man, from the age of Puranas, from Dwapara Yuga, all yugas or all ages, he wasted. Man has wasted his whole life for imaginary elixir, for imaginary liquid of life, that is divine Amruta, to confer immortality. Why man has wasted his life? To get that divine Amruta. Elixir means divine Amruta. Elixir means divine Amruta. Man has wasted his whole life to get that divine Amruta, to make himself alive for so many days, thousands and thousands days, or more than 1,000 years man wants to live. That's why he wasted, or he did so many things to get that divine Amruta, that elixir. Why the man wanted to get that? Confer means get. Confer immortality. Immortality means one who do not meet death. One who does not die is called immortal. Shashvatavagirudu. But the true elixir of life lies near to our hands. So the true elixir of life are in our hands. So there is nothing in Amruta. So all that is in our hand, and it is commonest of all liquids, plain water. What is the elixir of life? That is nothing but that we use commonly, that is water. Daily we drink, we use it for many purposes. So that water is called elixir, important thing, important liquid or divine. Plain water, simple water, commonest water. Are you following, dear children? I remember one day standing on the line which separates Libyan desert from the valley of Nile in Egypt. So, Sir C.V. Raman remembers one day when he was standing on the line that which deserts, Libyan desert and valley of Nile. Valley of Nile means Nile river flows where it makes its own valley, its own deep stream, or it can create valley Taggada Pradesha. So it creates valley of the Nile in Egypt. On one side was visible the area of billowing sand without a speck of green or single having thing anywhere visible on it while on the sea. One at the one side in Libyan desert, there is no vegetation, there is no plant, there is no greenery, which is called Libyan desert. So, which is lack of Nile river. So, there Nile river cannot flow there. So, it has a short of water. So, that's why that Libya has become desert. So, no vegetation, no greenery on that. On the side, on the other side, one of the greenest. On the other side, the area was greenest. Why that place was greenest? Because it was full of water because of Nile river. Most fertile. If that earth gets water, it will be fertile. Fertile, full of what we can say, full of nutrient soil. Densely populated. Whenever men or animals get water, then animals, men inhabit it there. They live there and that area will be populated. That area will be called populated. More and more people, more and more animal stay there. Areas to be found anywhere on the earth. Teeming with the life and vegetation. So we find vegetation. Vegetation means greenery, forest, and teeming with life. So we can see life of human being and animals, plants even. What made this wonderful difference? So which thing made this wonderful difference? Only one thing that made difference is water. Where water reaches, it will be green. Where water does not reach, it will be barren. It will be desert. Why it is the water of the Nile river flowing down the Mediterranean from its sources. So it is flowing down from to Mediterranean Sea. That's why Libya cannot get Nile water. Are you following? Sources a couple of thousand miles away. So it flows couple of near about 2000 miles. Nile river flows. So it means that water has got its own importance in the life of animal, in the life of plant, in the life of human beings even. Geologist tells us that the center soil of the Nile river, Nile valley is the creation of the river. So geologists, scientists who study about geology, they are called geologists. So what they tell? They tell us that the entire soil of Nile valley is the creation of river itself. So the Nile river created Nile valley civilization. As we study in history that only rivers can create civilization. So wherever we do not find rivers, there is no civilization. Say for example, Indus Valley civilization is on the bank of river Indus, or we can say Sindhu. Ganga Valley civilization. Then wherever we find river, we find civilization or staying of people and animals. That's it. Why? Because if water is there, everything will be there. So finest silt in its flood waters. So when Nile river flows, it brings its silt. Silt means it contains mud, sand, and other nutrient particles from the soil where it was flowing. Flood water silt means ನಾವೇನು ಆ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಸರು ರಾಡಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಅದು ನೀರಿನ ಹರಿಯೋ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. Flood waters from the highlands of Abyssinia and from remote Central Africa. So it brings its fertile nutrients from the soil and laid down through the ages in the true and thorough which Nile river flow in the sea. So naturally at the end it meets or it ends its flowing into sea. Egypt in fact was made by its river. Egypt civilization was made by Nile river. Not undoubtedly we can accept it. Its ancient civilization was created and sustained by life-giving waters. Any civilization was based on river. No river, no civilization. No water supply, no civilization, no life of anything. Which come down year after year with unfalling regularity. So which was continued regularly. That civilization was continued. I give this example and could give many others to emphasize that this common substance which we take for granted in our everyday life is the most potent. So we speak here, Sir C.V. Raman gives more and more emphasis, more and more important to one particular thing, one particular common substance. Substance means thing. So what was that thing? Undoubtedly water. So most potent, potent means important. So water is most potent thing in everybody's life. Not only in human being, not only in animal, even in plant life also. The most wonderful thing on the face of our earth. So which is the most wonderful thing on the earth? Undoubtedly, obviously, it is water. No water, no life. It has played a role of vast significance in shaping the course of Earth's history. So, water has played its own important role, its own prominent role, its own significant role in shaping the whole Earth throughout our history. Continues to play leading role in drama of life. So, if water is there, civilization is there. If civilization is there, everything will be there. Administration will be there. So, cultural activities will be there. Social activities will be there. Everything is based on water on the surface of our planet. So, then which is elixir of our life? According to C.V. Raman, according to all, is water. Please turn your page. There is nothing which adds so much to the beauty of countryside as water. So, according to Sir C.V. Raman says, water adds beauty to the nature. Water adds beauty to the countryside or village sides. Be just a little stream trickling over the rocks or a little pond by the wayside. So, if we find little stream, so along with both side of its banks, we find good kind of agriculture, good kind of vegetation we find. And if there is a little pond which is made by heavy rainfall, and that can create good vegetation, it can help farmers even. Wayside where the cattle quench their thirst. So cattle drinks that water and they will be satisfied. Cattle means any animal. So it means that water plays a very important role in everybody's life. That is elixir of life. The rain of flood tanks that are common on South India, alas, often so sadly neglected. So in South India we find so many ponds. So many ponds from the ages of kings and queens. From so many kings built up their own ponds. In every village we find pond. So that plays a very important role. So which we neglected for converting them to flats and flats and industries. Maintenance are even cheering side. So we neglected the maintenance of that little ponds. When they are full, they are of course shallow. So though they looks little and but this is less evident since water is silt laden. So we find that the water is silt laden. That water is not clear, so we cannot drink. We neglect it. But that silt water is very much important for plant life. Throws of light back and the bottom does not therefore show up. We see that we cannot see bottom or the bottom or deepest and we cannot find. These tanks play a vital role in South Indian agriculture. These little ponds play a vital role. So they are the main supply for agriculture in rural areas. Some of these tanks are surprisingly large and it is beautiful sight to see the sunrise or sunset over one of them. So we can see sunrise and beautiful sunset on the bank of those little ponds. That is very nice sight there. Water in a landscape may be compared to the eyes in a human face. So water is compared to eyes of human face. If there is water, the whole country will be cheerful. It reflects the mood of our being bright and gay when the sun shines. When there is water, the sun shines by what we can say, by shining in the water. Turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is overcast. It means that we can see beautiful sight if there is little pond or little water there. One of the most remarkable facts about water is its power to carry out silt. Please note down, this is very important. What is the most remarkable or important fact about water is it has a power. It has a power to carry out silt. Silt means it's a liquid of mud, sand and other nutrient particles which is helpful for the growth of the plant and divided in soil suspension. After that flow of river will leave that silt and which is very beneficial or important for cultivation. So this is the origin of the characteristic of color of the water in rain. So we find that what is the origin characteristic or origin color of water. So when the water is flowing, it can bring its own mud, sand, and if the soil is red, the water will be red. If the soil is black, then the water will be black. If the soil is somewhat sand with the color of sand, it will be sandy. Okay, in that way, the original color of water in rain fed tanks. The color varies with the nature of the earth. So this color will be varied or different or vivid, we can say, as nature of earth on the catchment area. Catchment area means catchment of soil area. And is most vivid immediately after a fresh inflow following rain. So it mainly depends on the soil of that particular area. Swiftly, so dear children, wherever you find new words, please note down. Those new words are very important while you are writing answers. Okay. Swiftly flowing water can carry fairly large and heavy particles. Swiftly means fast. Fast flowing water can carry large and heavy particles of mud. The finest particles, however, remain floating within the liquid. They are floating on the water in spite of their greater density and are of course extremely small, but their number is also great. Though those particles looks less important, but they can be a booster to the growth of plant's life. So this can be a wonderful change for vegetation. The flow of water has undoubtedly played a great part. So that flow of river played a very important role. It can bring remarkable change. It can bring water, it can bring fertile silt for the plants and a beneficent one in geological process by which the soil on the earth's surface has been formed from the rocks of its crust. Think the whole earth of whole part of that particular area is completely just like rocks. Crust means strong rocks. So if the river flows with the silt, the whole that rocky soil will be changed into fertile. The silt will flow and it will remain on that rocks and that land will be fertile. the same agency means a flowing thing. However, under appropriate conditions can also play a destructive part. So from up to this part we have seen creative parts or creative role of water. Now we can see are the scientist Sir C.V. Raman wants to tell you about the destructive part of water, how it can destruct the whole thing. Please note down, wash away the soil. It can wash away the soil, which is foundation of all agriculture. So it can wash away even vegetation. And if allowed to proceed unchecked, can have the most disastrous effects on the life of the country. So if we do not prevent it, definitely it can bring great disasters on the country. It can destroy the whole agricultural products. The problem of soil erosion means the landslide. So the fast flow of river, it can take soil in most particles, is one of the serious import in various countries and especially in many parts of India. So soil erosion problem is also there. The conditions under which it occurs and measures by which it can be checked deserve the closer study. So we have to make plans how we have to prevent soil erosion, how we have to prevent our fertile soil. So let's go to paragraph number 8. Soil erosion occurs in successive ways. So it does not happen in one night or one day. So it goes one step by other step. Earliest of which may easily pass unnoticed. If we do not give importance to stop that soil erosion, it can create so many problems. In later stages, the cutting up and washing away of the earth is only too painfully apparent in the formation of deep gullies and ravines, which make all agriculture impossible. See, what will be the result if we neglect such soil erosion? So they can wash the whole fertile agricultural land and it can create gullies and ravines. Gullies and ravines means deep valleys, deep ತಗ್ಗಾದ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, which will be called valleys, which make all agriculture, then agriculture will be total waste in that country. Sudden bursts of excessively heavy rain. Sudden heavy rain can cause, resulting in large run of surplus water, are principal factors in causing soil erosion. Sudden water burst, sudden cloud burst, they can destroy the whole agriculture. It can destroy the soil. It can be caused. It can what we can say. It can cause soil erosion, landslide. We can say. Contributory causes are the slope of the land. Slope of the land means it can cause landslide. Landslide ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಭೂಮಿ ಕುಸಿದು ಹೋಗುವುದು, ಭೂ ಕುಸಿತಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾರಣ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Removal of the natural protective coat. So it removes natural protect of the earth, which will be fertile, of vegetation and existence of ruts along which water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum. So we have to stop rapidly flowing water. And absence of any checks to such flow. So we have to make plans to stop this rapid flow of water by building dams, bunds and other things. Incredibly large quantities of precious soil can be washed away if such conditions exist. If we do not take any proper measures or proper steps, whole precious soils, important or significant soil layer will be exhausted, will be washed away, and is unhappily too often the case. So it can create so many problems. So let's go to are you following? Nothing there. How water is important to human being and how water can destroy the whole earth. That is the thing. The means means danger which soil erosion presents to the continuance of a successful agriculture is an alarming one in many parts of India. So the main threat, main danger to our agriculture is soil erosion. Soil erosion can stop the development of our agriculture. So what we can do? Calling urgently for attention and preventive actions. We have to take preventive actions. Preventive actions means we have to think what we can do. We have to plan up to 20 years. How we can stop. Terracing of the land and constructing of bunds to check the flow of water. So we have to build some barns or check dams to stop the flow of water. The practice of contour cultivation. So we have to practice cultivation in such a way that it can stop soil erosion. And planting of appropriate types of vegetation. We have to plant proper trees. Proper vegetation means proper trees are amongst measures. We have to plant majorly trees that have been suggested. It is obvious that the aim should be to check the flow of water at the earliest possible stage. So we have to check the flow of water. We have to stop its speed. We have to lessen its speed. So that is very important. It has acquired any appreciable momentum and correspondingly large destructive power. So water flow has a large power. So we have to lessen its speed. We have to make it to enter into the ground slowly. So that is very important. Water is the basis of all life. So no doubt water is the base. Water is the main thing for everybody's life. Every animal and every plant contains sustainable proportion of free or combined water in its body. Every animal, every plant, every living being contains watery things in his or her body or in its body. No water, no life. And no kind of physiological activity is possible in which the fluid does not play an essential part. Fluid means liquid. So this liquid plays a very important to keep our life alive. If there is no water, we will be die. We have to die if there is no water. Water is of course necessary for animal life. Animal life it is necessary. While moisture in the soil is equally imperative for the life. So moisture means mist. Mist in the soil. Mist in the soil is equally imperative means important thing in life. Growth of plants and trees. So this mist, this moisture in the soil is very important, which can supply water to the roots of the trees. The preservation and utilization of water is thus fundamental for human welfare. Please underline. So this line is very important because the whole chapter focuses on this line. Preservation. We have to preserve. We have to save this for future generation, and we have to utilize. We have to use that water in a proper time, proper ways. Serious fundamental. So this is a very serious issue for human life. Apart from artesian water means underground water. Please note down. Artesian water means underground water. The ultimate source in all cases is the rainfall or snowfall. How we can get artesian water or underground water? That is main thing from rainfall or snowfall. So the water will be absorbed by the soil. Then that only we can get artesian water, underground water. Much of Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall. It is very clear that our whole Indian agriculture system mainly bases on water, that is rainfall, seasonal rainfall. Seasonally we get rainfall seasonally. June, July, August, September we get rain. Is therefore very sensitive to any failure or irregularity of the same. If we find failure in the water, there will be a great loss to our agriculture. If we find irregularity, if we do not have regular rainfall, there will be great problem in agriculture. The problems of soil erosion and inadequate or irregular rainfall are closely connected with each other. Please underline. Soil erosion and irregular rainfall are quite connected. So if there is soil erosion, we don't know. If there is why soil erosion takes place. So because of less trees, because of less vegetation. If there is trees, the roots of those trees hold the mud, hold the soil. It stops the soil erosion. If trees are there, soil is good, then there will be good rainfall. Both are interconnected. It is clear that the adoption of the techniques preventing soil erosion would also help to conserve and keep the water where it is wanted. So, if we conserve, if we save our water, we can supply it through our canals. In other words, on and in the soil, such techniques therefore serve double purpose. So, if water is there, we can think. If there is no water, we cannot think even. So, let's go to next one. It is evident, however, that in a country having only one seasonal rainfall, an immense quantity of rainfall. So, if we find there is only one seasonal rainfall, so that will be the base for the agriculture and must necessarily run off the ground. So, we should not leave the water to run and join sea. The collection and utilization of this water is therefore of vital importance. We should not leave the water to join sea easily. We have to make such arrangements that the soil can absorb that water. Much of it flows down into the streams and rivers. So much of water will be flown into the streams and rivers, ultimately finds its way to the sea. If the water goes or if the water flows to the sea easily, it will be the waste. Incredibly large quantities of precious fluids are thus lost to the country. So such things are very important. So we have to conserve and save water. Harnessing of our rivers, the waters of which now mostly run to waste. So we have to stop this waste flowing to sea. And is a great national problem which must be considered and dealt with an national lines. This is a national problem that the water flow is joining to sea easily. Vast areas of land which at present are mere scrub jungle could be turned into fertile and prosperous country by courageous and well-planned action. So we have to prevent, we have to stop this flowing by making so many arrangements through canals. We have to make plans and flow that water to our agriculture, and we have to make plans to make the forest, man-made forests, and through that we can make fertile land. Let's go to paragraph number 12. Closely connected with conservation of water supplies is the problem of afforestation. If we conserve water supply, how we can conserve? Is it to stop that? So by planting trees, we can create afforestation and we can stop water flow. The systematic planting of sustainable trees in every possible or even impossible areas. So we have to plant trees which can stop flow water. And the development of what one can call civilized forest. Civilized forest means man-made forests. We have to plant trees and we have to stop soil erosion. We have to stop unnecessarily flowing to unnecessary rain flow, river water flow flowing to seas. As distinguished from wild and untamed jungles is one of the most urgent needs of India. So this is the most urgent need as Sir C.V. Raman tells. Such plantation would directly and indirectly prove source of untold wealth. If we do this, it will be the great wealth to our nation. So if we use that water, rainfall water, for our various purposes, so it will be the great wealth. It can create great wealth to the country. That would check soil erosion and conserve the rainfall of the country. So it can stop soil erosion and we can use that water from flowing away to waste. So let's continue. The measures necessary to control the movement of water and conserve the supplies of it can also subsidiary purposes of value to the life of countryside. If we take proper measures to stop this water, how we can use that water to countryside, riverside by building dams, small check dams and flow to the agricultural land. By far cheapest form of international support transport in a country. So how we can use river water? So we can use that river water, cheapest form of international transport. We can use that river or sea for cheapest form of transport. So there will be no need of making roads or train tracks. By boats and barrages through canals and rivers, we can create such things. We hear much about programs of rail and road construction. We waste so much of things on creating or building roads and rail track constructions. But for too little about development of internal waterways. So if we concentrate on transport on the water, we can save much money. In India, then again, the harvesting of water supplies usually also makes possible the development of hydroelectric power. So, if we use this flowing water for creating or generating electricity, it will be the high production of hydroelectricity. The availability of electric power, such hydroelectric power would make a tremendous difference to the life of countryside. So rural side, especially farmers are facing so many problems regarding electricity. So this can be a boon for them and enable the rural economy to be improved in various directions. So it can boost up, it can uphold, it can improve the rural economy. So the farmers will grow many agricultural produces and they can get beautiful markets and beautiful fairs even. In particular, it would enable underground water to be tapped in a greater extent. So we can use underground water through tube wells and tap wells. Extent at that present thus help to overcome difficulties arising from irregularity or inadequacy of other sources of supply. So we can stop irregularities of rainfall in this way. In one sense, water is commonest of all liquids. Water is most important common thing or which we can easily get or which is easily available in our atmosphere. In another sense, it is the most uncommon liquids with amazing properties. So it has amazing features. Properties means features, which are responsible for its unique power of maintaining animal and plant life. So it can maintain plant life and animal life. The investigation of nature and properties of water is therefore the highest scientific interest and is far away from an exhausted field of research. So we have to make research in this regard, how we have to use and utilize highest rainfall water for our various purposes. So if we use this water, there will be no scarcity of water according to Sir C.V. Raman. So one thing we have to do that we have to use this rainfall water more carefully. We should not leave rainfall water to join the seas easily. It will be the national waste on the part of that country. So here ends this lesson. So dear children, 2 marks questions can be asked on it. So mainly you can get so many 2 marks questions, and those questions are very easy, my dear children. Just read this lesson once, twice, thrice. Watch our video once, thrice, and try to write answers to the questions for 2 marks easily, my dear children. So try to write in your own way. Hmm? So thank you, dear children, for giving your valuable time and learning together. So still, if you have not subscribed our channel, please subscribe our channel and share our videos to your friends and students so that they can get benefits from our videos. So thank you very much. Thank you everyone.